my main thing. She makes me feel alright. She makes my heart sing. Anytime I'm feeling low, she gives me no surprise. She fills me up with love. Daily the very night. He loves me every day. Come on now.
Do you smell what the flock is cooking? Do you smell what Dennard Wilson is cooking? Eagle's eyebrow. For that moment right there. But let's keep the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe if you about that fly Eagles fly, and drop a comment in the box if you flying with the flock. Let's go. We gonna take all those tops, throw it in the pot, cook it up, and see what we got. Because once again, it's day 3 of training camp. It's going down. We are here, and we're just getting closer and closer to these deadlines that we're trying to knock down and get through to the game 1, the first preseason game, all of that. But before we get there, you know we need this iron to sharpen iron and come sharp, land on top. Because that's what we want our Eagles to do right here. And yet another day of defensive domination. Well, not so much as day 2, but the D, yet again, from the consensus, at least the consensus around the Eagles universe, is that the defense won the day, not as much as they did on day 2. But before we get into any of that, did you see the video of Jordan Davis? He's giving Jordan Mailata a run for his money, man. Singing Rick James, Mary Jane. Is you kidding me? Boy got pipes, but you already, yeah. So, I mean, bro, I'm listening like, one time I went out, well, I'm always talking about damn Detroit. But anyway, one time I was out in Detroit, right? Went to a karaoke. Well, it was a surprise birthday party, and they had karaoke at the surprise birthday party, dude. And I mean, I've seen karaoke before. I've been out on karaoke nights before. I've never heard it the way I heard it in Motown. They call it that for a reason, bro, because I swear every damn body that stepped to that stage had pipes they could blow. Like, shut the hell up, man. They could sing with the A. Crazy, like, so Jordan Davis, I guess it was one of those rookie things where they have the rookies go up to the stage and sing and whatever the case may be. Your boy was completely, totally, immensely immersed in his element. This dude, like, he was singing for real. So then they spoke to Jordan Mailata during his press conference about that, saying, you know, maybe he could give him a run for his money. Mailata was not having it. He goes, listen, you know, people coming around and asking me like what I did last year didn't mean nothing, you know? And people ask me, actually ask me about that. I took that personally. Jordan versus Jordan with the Jordan mentality. Bro, I would love to see that be a fly in the wall or the karaoke contest between those two. Well, they don't need the karaoke because these dudes are really literally singing. So I just had to drop that down before we got anywhere into this day 3 stuff, man. But I mean, you got to check it out. I'm going to try and leave a link or pop it on before the video, whatever the case may be. We still working on this. We're a work in progress. Bear with me, Flock Nation, but we got this. Then so, I mean, my biggest takeaway from the day was Dennard Wilson in his command of his presser today, his media availability. I mean, this man, he sounds like he gets it. I mean, in every way, shape, or form, on the field, off the field, just sounds like an amazing mind to diagnose and dissect, and just especially on the defensive end of things. He said he's been brought up by the likes of Todd Bowles and other defensive coordinator greats, and, you know, working hand in hand with Jonathan Gannon. You know, the buck stops with Jonathan. That's what he said in his presser. Like, this dude gets it. And I mean, it felt like it was actually his defensive coordinator interview. Because much like Philly 500 said, when it comes to Jonathan Gannon, this is a lose-lose situation. Either way, we're going to lose him. If he craps out this season, he's out of here. If he goes off in a genius mind state, he just throws together amazing defenses out there, and we're like top 10, top 5, because we were top 10 last year. I don't know, everybody's poo-pooing that like it was a fake top 10, bro. This is the NFL. Get out of here. Whatever. So he's gonna, either way, he's out of it. We're gonna lose him. At least that's the consensus around the Eagles verse, you know, and Eagles universe, and I'm of the same mind. I think That's what I think will go down also. Would hate to lose him because, I mean, it sounds like he gets it too. But, you know, this is the bowl season, and this is what goes on in the bowl season. I'm talking about damn it, defensive coordinators, damn defensive back coach. And I forgot to break it down yesterday, the Eagles connection that was brought to my attention was that, or maybe I did speak on it, I can't remember. Who knows? This is in the Money Ain't Maniac months. So you had Bradbury and Jaquaski Tartt both went to Sanford. Not only that, they were like top in the FBS as far as defensive backfields went that year. So that's just nuts. And Dennard Wilson spoke on how smart of a player Bradbury is, of course, Slay, and, you know, just have those guys, those veterans that could breathe their knowledge onto the youngins and the rookies and all that. So it just seems like a very cohesive unit. I mean, Dennard Wilson has my vote in the event that we do need a defensive coordinator. I know there's going to be names out there. I mean, people are already talking about Vic Fangio because he showed up to a practice yesterday, like, hired Vic Fangio as an assistant. Really? I mean, sheesh. You see who's over there in Pittsburgh as an assistant. So the old, who's my man's name? Brian Flores from the Bronx. Yeah, that's crazy. Can't rep him too hard over here because this is the Eagles cast. But yeah, Brian Flores, right? So he's now an assistant. He was a head coach, but we know those are under completely different circumstances. And speaking of circumstances of that ilk, Dennard Wilson also made it a point to speak on how he busting the stupid dope moves is a proponent to cultivating coaches of color within the system, and not as far as just coaches, GMs, general manager positions. I believe one gentleman of color went to the Giants, who one of my homeboys, a Giants fan, like, he's hyped that they picked him off from us, you know. I mean, the women, you know, they picked him off from us. But yeah, he's just spoke on that and how they have such full confidence or whatever, how he busts stupid dope moves, be busting stupid dope moves, like how he do it. We don't know. Maybe because he's Howie Potter waving the wand. It's all magic. We don't know. But we know. That's that dude right there. And just Dennard Wilson, man. I cannot big him up enough. Watching that presser was just like the highlight of my day, because this is what we go through in the off season, in the bowl season, watching assistant coaches shine. I mean, it is what it is. Another thing that I picked up, a little bit of availability that us as the fans had from the Philadelphia Eagles website. Well, I have the app, and they were showing some of the practice going on, and I saw Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown off to the side. You know, there's not so much hand wrestling, but A.J. Brown was showing how, basically, I guess, how he would receive and then, you know, basically fight. You know, physicality, showing them a little bit of physicality. And I just love the rapport that these two have, just trying to pick each other's brains to learn from one another. And I mean, I hope that brings all of this to a beautiful place where we all want to be, the top of the crop, cream of the crop, and all that. And, it, you know, in that case, you know, they say A.J. Brown has a few hand issues. You know, like he's had a few drops. I believe he was 8th worst in the league as far as drop went last year. And, you know, possibly Devontae can help him with that, whereas A.J. Brown can help Devontae with his physicality. You know, he got caught sleeping a few times, running out of bounds and running back in, catch touchdowns, get turned around. You know, these are the little things, but this is the time of year that they do it. And speaking of little things, it's good to hear that Jalen Hurts is working on rolling out to the left. However, he did throw 2 bad passes. Yeah, we just transitioned over. We're in camp now. We're in camp. We're running routes and all that. So, you know, they say that the offense didn't have as good a day as the defense. You know, these things are going to happen. Like I told you, this is camp, and they're just trying things out, you know. And even if that is not the case, I mean, hopefully sooner or later, the offense does catch up, but the defense is going to be on the prowl first. You know, they're just reacting and responding and attacking. Whereas the offense has 11 pieces that have to work in unison to come to some precision-based routes, precision-based everything. It's all about precision on the offensive side, and I imagine it's going to take a little longer for that to be ironed out. That being said, if you add it all up, over the first 3 days, Jalen Hurts would be 36 of 51, 4 TDs, 3 INTs. That sounds a little bit like Donovan McNabb's Super Bowl. I will never take that again, bro. Why am I even talking about that? But 36 of 51. I imagine that's a good percentage. What is that, 15? That's like 70%, somewhere around there. So we'll definitely take that as Eagles fans, throwing 70%. But once again, let's calm down, flip the pillow, chill out. This is just not even the preseason. This is the third day of practice. Every step counts, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, you know? So cautiously optimistic, cautiously pessimistic, whatever you want to call it. Cup half full, cup half empty. I'm more of a cup half full guy myself. But that, yeah, this is where we got to get to. So that was then in other news, apparently Sirianni said something in his presser about, Miles is still our guy. And Miles came out like a man on fire. Mad running mad. Maniac runs, maniac Miles. He went into his maniac Miles state and had a big run up the middle when he was running with the ones today. So that's good to hear for our boy Miles Sanders. I mean, we had to have reservations. It was only first 2 days and people are going crazy that Gainwell is out there, But this is training camp, and these are the stories that are going to come out, and these are the things that we're going to flock to and hop on and chop it up and talk about, because what else can we do? We have no games yet. So that's pretty much my highlights on the offensive side. Then when it comes to special teams, the Mormon Missile Watch, yeah, they were, I believe he was lowest in the pecking order today. Huntley led off, Allen, Hightower, then Covey. So, yeah, it's like 0-3 for my man Covey. This is, it's safe to say it's only 3 days, but I mean, they're only going to have 10 days of practice for this portion of the offseason, training camp, whatever you want to call it. So, he's lacking behind. But even before making this video today, I was thinking to myself, even before hearing anything about this, I was thinking to myself, like it would be pretty hard for these guys like Devin Allen and Covey to make the squad. You're gonna have to offer more than just one skill. You're gonna have to display more than just one skill to make this team. When you got the likes of Huntley, who can run and he can return. The boys got jets. I feel like that's the head cat. And then this comes out before I even was able to give you my take on it. So now it seems like I'm just taking a take from a take. But that was definitely the way that was where I was leaning this morning when thinking of where the special teams return and then the roster making and all of that is going to go when everything is said and done. Because there's a lot of fat that has to be shed prior to game one. I mean, it's so crazy because we begin to fall in love with these guys during preseason and training camp just to see them get knocked off. So, I mean, and this happens every year. It's like I get in these dysfunctional relationships with it. You know what I mean? So, I'm pretty sure you all remember the likes of AK-47, Andre Killings. What's that? Andre Killings? Adrian Killings, right? So this guy, he was one of those camp favorites. I hope this guy make it, fast dude out of Central Florida, I believe. Florida Central. But anyway, this dude was speedy, but, he could just never make the cut. Kept dropping him off to the practice squad. Hopefully, I mean, just looking at the numbers race, like I don't know where he fits, where either one of them, Devin Allen or Covey fit. So we'll see how that pans out. But right now, I believe Huntley is the front runner as far as that goes. And then, just the other component to that would be trading Rager. If Rager was to get traded, which Sirianni said in his presser that he's fighting for a spot and people are losing their mind over that, I mean, what is coach supposed to say? You know what I mean? Everybody's fighting a spot during this time of the season. That's coach speak. That's what a coach would say. But, the only way I can see him getting up out of here is if he's getting traded because no one's taking I believe I heard something crazy in an $8 million cap hit in dead money. If we were to cut him, that doesn't even seem like it adds up. But maybe, I guess that's maybe it's got to be a first round thing. A first round pick thing. I don't know. But that's what we had as far as the offense went. Then the defense, once again, my boy, your boys, our boys, Marcus Epps and Davion Taylor still shining. Marcus Epps is getting praise from all over, from everybody. And just hearing him in his presser, he just sounds like he gets it, trying to stay grounded. Then Avonte Maddox, heard he got burnt on one play today, whatever the case may be. That was another presser that had me highly intrigued. And I was just locked in, because usually when you hear Avonte Maddox speak, he sounds like a stoner, at least to me. I don't know. Leave it in the comments if you agree. But, today, him breaking down his process and route recognition and things of that sort, he sounded like a beautiful mind. Like he was just putting pieces together, painting a perfect picture like Picasso. It was refreshing to hear Avonte on some real serious. Like, I love that. So you had that going. And they're saying that the biggest standout right now, well, sort of a mainstay, because once again, the linebackers were flying around. Kaiser White flying all over the place. Davion Taylor flying all over the place. But they're saying your boy TJ Edwards is really trying to hold down his spot, solidify his position. It's going to be a hard run for Dean or any Mike linebacker to come and try and take that away from him, because the man definitely showed out last year, and he's still showing out. Speaking of showing out, back to Marcus Epps, just his offseason preparation. They said he didn't wait a week before he went back out. He was out there hitting it hard again. And then he has a gym out there in Cali, had the DBs come out there. They chopped it up over there. I'm loving the camaraderie of this team, the unison that's going on right now, man. And it's just, this is that both season mentality that's got me like, it just gets you so pumped, ready for this season to start, man. Can't wait. So I'm loving hearing that. And then, Andre Shashery. That's my Mac McCain of the day. Andre Shashery. Showing out he's got 2 picks, 2 practices in a row, PBUs and a sack. Like, this dude is flying all over the place, trying to snatch that spot from Kayvon Wallace. So, all these guys that we become accustomed to, this happens every year. You got these camp darlings, these camp specialists, not so much camp specialists, but just up-and-comers that come up, take what's theirs, you know what I mean? Andre Shashery he's a DB who's mostly known for his special teams acumen, and he's flashing. He's flashing out here. Back to TJ Edwards, not letting his slot go. Got your boy Dean flashing today also. He had a pass breakup, broke up a screen, and then he's shedding blocks on the second level. Offensive lineman, you love to hear that from a small linebacker, man. You got to love to hear that. I forget the comparison that another player made of him, but it would just be amazing. It would be amazing to see him. You just want the best guys out there, of course, for our team. You know what I mean? The linebacker lineup that I wanted to see, that I had envisioned in my mind, was Davion Taylor, Nakobe Dean, Hassan Reddick. These are all names, that's going to get you excited. Those are the big names over there. But if your boy TJ Edwards is showing out and showing improving and emphasizing, not just emphasizing, accenting what he did last year with another great performance in training camp, and then that proceeds into the season, we couldn't be more than happy than if that happened. For the simple fact that the best man wins out. That's what, me as a fan, that's what I want. Forget a name. We don't root for the name in the back. We root for the name in the front. Eagles in the front. When they changing that name mark, they still got us out here buying stuff at the whatever. That's a whole other story. So you got TJ Edwards showing out. They're flying all over the place. Dean and Davis, those Georgia boys are showing out. Davis was making some plays. And what I read, they didn't really expound upon that. Just good to hear. Guys are starting to get it. Jaquaski, they say he's starting to get it. They have a smart DB room. And these guys are showing out and flying all over the place and shutting them down. Bradbury is showing out. Like, the defense could be something very special. For all you people out there getting your feathers all ruffled for the simple fact that you're hearing that defense won 2 days in a row. Do remember, defense is a part of our team too. And it could be something really special over there. Jason Kelsey said it the other day, like, when you think about it, they only added one, not only, that's an understatement, and not to trivialize it, but there was only one, God damn it, can't say they added one piece on offense, A.J. Brown. On the other side of the ball, just think of all the additions they've made just off the top of their head. You got Kaiser White, Hassan Reddick, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Bradbury. The list goes on. And then you got young up-and-comers, rising to their position. McLeod's gone. Epps is time to shine. He's stepping up. You know, TJ Edwards wasn't here last year. I mean, he was here last year, but he was not the starter, and he came and snatched that spot. I can't believe. I thought Eric Wilson, I should have listened to. I believe it was Gates said we're going to hate that. Gonna hate his tackling ability. Well, whatever the case may be, I just know I loved it. Man, I thought we were on the uptick last season when I saw Davion Taylor and TJ Edwards out there in tandem. I mean, it was amazing. But as long as the best guys are up there, and that's another dope thing that Dennard Wilson said, you know, there's only 11 guys out there. But you make roles for guys that shine and shine in their particular roles. It's guys that get it. You know, not too back in the Chip Kelly days when you had to, you were trying to fit squares in the round hole. You know what I mean? Square pegs in the round holes. You know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, none of that BS. If it works, we work it, so work it. And that's the type of mind state they're on over there, man. I'm just loving what I'm hearing coming out of camp right now so far. And just give me an EAGLES. Got that. Just another great day at camp for the team. And once again, like I said, you know, they said Jalen Hurts was sharper than he was yesterday. So that could be a sign of the offense catching up to the defense. And once again, I'm just happy that, you know, this is what you're supposed to be doing right now. They're working on things that he wasn't as efficient in last year. Running to the left and passing, you know. I mean, no one wants their quarterback thrown across their body, but I mean, that's what the elite do. If it's something you can't do, whatever, you work around and you make it work for you, you know? And we'll just see how this matriculates and goes down. Where the Eagle Maniac was wrong. They weren't in pass today. I believe I heard, who was it? Barrett Brooks speaking on that yesterday, saying that they might be in pass today, so they weren't. They were trying to sneak a little bit out of my ladder to see when there might be pads on. It was like Monday or Tuesday. He gave him one of those days. I love it. Excuse me. I'm just loving what's coming out of camp, man. I hope you are too. Leave your comments at the bottom. Tell me what you think, what you want to hear about as far as this camp goes. What were your takeaways from camp? And let's just keep this flock pot cooking, man. And you know, and so then we just got questions, NFL. We got questions, NFC East. We got questions, YouTube. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania runs wild on you?